Welcome back. This is Lee Pitts at the Diversity in Aquatics Conference 2018. Everybody who's anybody is here. When we talk about aquatics, people, we're talking about water, all types of activities in water, all types of people in water, and all types of social interaction in the water around the world. Diversity in Aquatics is a leader in the field of expanding opportunities for people in aquatics. We get a chance to talk to Knolan Rawlins, who came here to attend the conference, and he has just been working and networking and enjoying himself.
Absolutely.
Knolan, what organization are you with?
I'm from Delaware State University.
Okay. What's happening there that gets you in aquatics? You're the aquatics director there or something like that?
Well, I'm a professor, and
Really?
as a student, when I was going through school, what really kept me involved was the service learning programs.
Okay.
So when I became a professor, I wanted to recreate some of the programs I enjoyed as a student. And I wanted to do a gym and swim program and got a lot of pushback. Being an HBCU,
Right.
they said, well, our pool's empty, so it won't be a scheduling issue.
Oh, HBCU with an empty pool, go ahead.
I mean, I just couldn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my boss is Erica Taylor, who's her brother. He's helped start this with Sean.
Okay.
So Jason Jackson.
Jason, right.
Yeah,
Jason's a legend. Go
right,
ahead.
absolutely. So she said, hey, I know my brother Jason, he has his friend Sean, and you really ought to give him a call. So I gave Sean a call, and he said, if you're going to get as big as you think you can, you have to come to Miami last year. So I came, and I came with a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned so much from guys like yourself and Ken Rowland. And now when I talk to my students, I get to use the stats. And when they look at me funny, like I don't know what I'm talking about, I give them a copy of Black Splash.
That's right. That the article that I wrote, he's
Right,
making me famous.
right. I've been pushing
the
it.
history of black African American swimmers. Now you got Black Splash by Googling it, or how did you come across Black
I
Splash?
Googled it.
Right.
I
I
Googled
encourage everybody to
Absolutely.
Get to that article that I wrote some years ago. Black Splash, the history of African American swimmers. You know, when I wrote the article, I wasn't really thinking of it as being some impactful article. And then every time I keep bumping into these people who remind me about Black Splash,
Right.
it's like, wow, it's very impactful. And but let's get back to you on the what really got my attention with you was yesterday when we were out in Liberty City at the pool teaching kids swimming, scuba diving, CPR. Learn to swim video, canoeing, and all those types of things. The moment I said I need volunteers, you jump right in.
I'm with
and you
you.
were ready to go, and you were doing it with enthusiasm. Tell us about your experience that day and watching what a real pumping, swimming, and aquatics moment can be for children.
Well, what it is they just wouldn't have an opportunity otherwise. Right there, that pool is also an empty pool, from what I'm told. We had young children, age anywhere from 6 to 10, and they told me they went to the school across the street, but had not been in that pool. So without the festival, perhaps they would have never entered the pool.
And now they may find it somewhere they want to be. And the pool is free to get in. It's a public pool. It's one of the most beautiful pools in Miami. And it's located in Liberty City in the heart of the African American community. But many people don't take advantage of that pool, and the parents are not swimming. Now the kids are growing up non-swimmers. But we were able to touch them yesterday and expose them to a lot of stuff. Huh?
And what a great staff they had. They had all their staff volunteered, and they stayed, and they were with us.
Okay. Talk about what was going on there. You over there, man, and helping out at the canoe station. When you first got over there, they gave you assignments and you just started putting jackets on kids, or were you actually going out on the boats as well?
Well, what we did is we hopped in the water because they were real tentative. They didn't really want to get in. They didn't trust the canoe.
Really?
They'd never been in a canoe.
Okay.
But we held it, let them get in, didn't let it wobble, and we were swimming alongside of the canoe.
Ah, all right.
So if they started to get hung up, or we would turn them
They
around.
were rowing the canoe. Who was rowing the canoe?
The kids, 100% kid powered.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was so busy over there with what I was doing, I didn't get a chance to come
Right.
over. I organized everything, put everything together along
the
with
wheel.
the team. But I could go, every now and then I could go and sneak and look, but when I got over to your area, it had wrapped up, if you might recall. I said, where's your group? But because I'm concentrating on teaching swimming and everything else is going on, but I know you guys had it in good hands. How about those smiles that you were experiencing from the kids?
Just watching them just feel that I can do it moment. Like they were terrified, and then all of a sudden they started moving that canoe. And then they were just so enthusiastic. And that's part of the diversity in aquatics. It's not just the people that are diverse, it's the activities you can do. Canoeing being one, we had scuba there, we had CPR, we had some a lot of activities.
We had about 100 children there as well.
Yeah, we did. We did.
I think when I first walked out on the deck, I've done so many of these over the years.
Okay.
And people are like, well, what's going to happen? How is this going to go and everything? So I understand over the years, I've maybe done 125 of these around the country and outside of the country. I know that immediately I had to let them know everything is in good hands. Right. You saw how I moved. I get everybody looking at it, who's this guy? And then tell me about that when I first started talking to you guys.
It was funny. You put us all at our station,
right.
And you said, you don't have to know what's going on. Just know what you're going to do.
Right.
And you said you're going to have kids moving. Because we were looking at you like, how are we going to service 120 kids? But we did. We
Safely.
did. Absolutely.
Safely. Every station had safety components built in, and you only had about 15 to 20 kids at a time at your station,
right.
And it made everything flow just fine. And those kids got exposed to that pool.
They took to it.
When you go back to the HBCU, and what are some best practices that you learn here that you're going to try to implement in your community?
Right.
And how can we, Diversity in Aquatics, help you in your mission back in your hometown?
Well, you already have. One of my highlights from this conference, alongside of the experience on Friday, was just talking to Angela Bill and talking about how some program assessment things that we can do and to really get the input of the community we're trying to serve. So you have to, if you want to know if you're really making this work, you have to ask the participants, you have to ask their parents. Are they more likely to come back to your pool?
Okay.
Based on the instruction.
I got you. So you're in the research phase and you like tracking things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure having you here, and thanks for having me on the production as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm certain people are going to see you all over TV. You're famous now, man.
Thanks for making me famous, Lee.
And we'll be right back.